Hey everyone, how is it going? And welcome to a new episode of Scape and Listen. Last time we uploaded an episode of Scape and Listen, I was a little skeptical. It had been quite a while since I'd uploaded one. I was like, I don't know if they know some of my new subscribers are going to like this as much. And let me say, the feedback was absolutely insane. The comments on that video were absolutely amazing, and I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the video. It really did let me know that you guys liked it, and well, I'm glad to make more of them, so thanks for that, guys. Alright, so to start off, I guess this is the most important thing I have to say throughout this video. This is numero uno. I know obviously not everyone makes it through the entire video, so this is why I gotta talk about this first. So it is currently 1:19 a.m. Technically, it is currently Sunday, October 26th. We're gonna act like it's Saturday, however, so, you know, when I say the word tomorrow, act like it's Saturday for me right now, the 25th. So basically, guys, tomorrow I am leaving for National FFA Convention. If you don't know what FFA is, it's Future Farmers of America. Now, I know that might sound stupid, but if you've never been in FFA, don't judge it, because it's way different than what you probably assume it's like, so just don't worry about it, okay? So, basically, I'm going to National FFA Convention. I've been there once before, and it's a lot of fun, so we go every other year, so naturally, my senior year, I gotta go again. Absolutely could not miss this, so basically, I am leaving tomorrow morning, and I won't be back until next Friday, roughly. So I will be gone for 5 straight days. So naturally, no live streams during that time period. However, there will be a video. Mr. Mammal came through for you guys, and he kind of figured how to work scheduled uploads, so as you're watching this right now, there actually is a progress video uploaded, but it won't actually like appear to you guys until I have the schedule going. I'm either going to release it on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm probably going to go with Wednesday, and I know you're probably listening to this right now and you're like, oh my god, no. Release it on Tuesday. However, if I release it on Wednesday, that'll kind of be like a middle ground, because I'm getting back on Friday. And so, if I release it on Wednesday, that'll give me a little more time. So, it's not like I post these 2 videos, and then it's like a week until another video. It'll kind of hopefully help it space it out just a little bit. So, I'll probably set the scheduled upload for Wednesday. So, that being said, I just thought I had to let you guys know quickly what's going on. So, like I said, I will be gone for about 5 days. Then I'll be back, but there will be a progress video on Wednesday. Apart from that, one other thing I do have to talk about quickly that is IRL related. We had our first playoff game today for football, as in the Saturday, the 15th, you know. We're still assuming that it's Saturday the 25th. Not the 15th, sorry, the 25th. And we won our first playoff game, and this is the first playoff win that I've ever been a part of, and it was incredible to feel, you know, that way. I don't know. If you don't play football or sports, I guess it's hard to describe the feeling it gives you, but it was a very, very exciting thing, and I'm super happy about it. So naturally, next weekend, we have our next playoff game on Saturday. So, as far as videos goes, I don't really know when the next video will be out after the progress video on Wednesday, because I'm going to get back Friday in time for Friday football practice, and then I have a game on Saturday, so I'm not going to have like a long weekend to work on a new video, so I guess we'll see how it goes, but yeah, I was very, very excited about that, and I had to share that with you guys. I was very excited that we got our first playoff win. It was our first playoff win as a team since 2008, so represent, Mr. Mammal, represent. Anyways, that's enough about that. I realize that some of you don't play sports, and this is all I don't give a shit talk, so let's move on, I suppose. I guess that's the most important thing with the video. If you really don't like Scape and Listens, and you've made it this far, congratulations, you listened to all that you really have to hear. You can leave now if you want to. I mean, I recommend you stay naturally, but if you really want to leave, it's okay now. I give you permission. Okay, so first of all, as usual with my Scape and Listen videos, I talk about a RuneScape topic. So my RuneScape topic, once again this week, is going to be based off the most recent dev blog. And basically the only really one update I want to talk about, which is amazing, is the Instance Corporeal Beast. Now, if you don't know what an instance is, it's basically where you can pay GP to have your own separate little, what's the word? I wouldn't call it a world, but it's effectively like you and your team would be able to enter the Corp Beast room and no one else can enter. You would pay, according to the devlog, you would have to pay 200k and you could enter, and no one else would be able to join. So I'm reading this devlog, and it's not as specific as I want it to be. I'm reading this and I can't figure it out if it's 200k every time you go in. So, for example, you get 3 kills, you have to bank. Would it be 200k again the next time you go in, or does it last for an hour, or... I guess I don't really know. Like I said, I'm reading this right now. It doesn't say that it's per time or per hour or anything like that. So if it were 200k per entrance, that would actually be not good. I would not be a fan of that. I mean, the instance in general would be great because it's a good money sink for the game, let alone, just helping out corp beast killers, I suppose. But overall, it would be a fantastic update. I just hope it's not like 200k per entrance because... I mean, I was trying to do a Corp Beast mass the other day for Sub Sunday, and it was hard. Like, I couldn't find a single open world, and because I am a PVMer, I can't just fucking crash people. Like, I feel like such a dick when I crash people, so I can't really bring myself to do it, so it's really hard for me to find worlds for masses and stuff. So if this were to be like a 30-minute instance for 200k or something like that, that'd be really, really awesome for masses. So I really hope this does pass. And as per usual, the devlog link will be down below if you guys want to read about it yourself. Alright, that's the only real RuneScape topic I want to talk about. I'm going to pause the recorder really quickly, gather my thoughts, and then I will be back to you with my other topic. Alright, so today I have a few things I want to talk about, I guess. Usually I'll start with a quote and stuff, but I guess this one's going to be a little bit different. I kind of want to give you guys an update. A while back on one of my first episodes of Scape and Listen, I kind of talked about being scared of growing up, and I kind of thought I would, let you guys know how I feel about that now, because it has been quite a while since I made that, and I am getting closer to the end of my senior year and stuff, so I thought I'd talk about that. So, in that original Scape and Listen video, I talked about being scared of growing up, because going off to college and not knowing what I want to major in really, really scares me, because I just feel like I'm going to go to college and I'm not going to be able to decide what I want to major in, and life's going to be so much different, and just it's a very overwhelming thing to me. It's going to be such a major change because I live in such a small town and stuff. So naturally, just the idea of growing up and having to do that stuff scares me. And it still kind of does. However, I feel like I've kind of thought about my situation a little bit more, and I've kind of gotten to the point where I feel that even though I would define myself, I would say that I'm a little scared to grow up, and I think that's an okay thing to be. It's a natural thing, but I feel like I've gotten to the point where I can kind of say not that bad anymore, per se. So, I guess last time I talked to you guys about this, I didn't really know what I wanted to major in. I've been talking to my brother a lot about this, as far as, what he thinks, because obviously my brother knows me more than, well, pretty much anyone, I guess. So basically his advice to me when it comes to trying to do college and stuff and what you want to major in, he said, first of all, find something that you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life. There's nothing worse that I could possibly imagine than doing with my life is getting a degree in something that makes me a ton of money, but I hate it. That to me would be the worst thing that could possibly come out of college, to be perfectly honest with you, is if I did some degree that makes me a lot of money, but I hate it. That would be the worst fulfilled life, in my opinion. I feel like life is too short, and I this is kind of funny. Every time I say life is too short, there's always like a few comments just, mate, how is life too short? It's the longest thing you'll ever do. I'm talking, just forget it. Just, you know what I mean? It's an expression, okay? Just don't take it that literally. It's an expression. And, okay, so anyway. In my opinion, life is far too short to live your life 100% based on money. Naturally, the world is based on money, and I wish it weren't that way, but unfortunately it is. So you do need to make money to live. However, I think the ultimate thing you can do in life is find something that not only you can make a living off of, but you can enjoy it. At the end of the day, I want to be able to go home from my job and smile and think about the things that I did that day and maybe the differences that I'm making. But obviously, money is still a factor, so I can't, I can't, be some gypsy guru, that just has fun. But, I mean, at the same time, I can find things that are enjoyable to me. So that was the first thing my brother told me. He said, find something you can see yourself doing for the rest of your life. Second thing he said, find something that you are good at. unfortunately, there are some things that I enjoy, but I'm just not good at. PKing, for example. I like PKing, but I'm shit at it, you know? If I could be a professional PKer, that would not be my job, so... find something you're good at. If you're good at something and you enjoy it and you can make a living off of it, that's like the ultimate. If you're good at it, you can advance on, you can be known for what you do. If you can make a living off of it, obviously that's important because that's how the world works. And lastly, if you enjoy what you do or find, something that you could do for the rest of your life, you'll enjoy your life. You'll have a happy life. So basically I talked to my brother and those are the kind of, advice things that he gave me or he told me, and I kind of thought about it. And first of all, the first thing that came to mind was communications. Now, I would say communications because communications would be defined as what I do, I guess. Live streaming, video making, commentaries like this, that's all communications. So I would say that I'm fairly good at it. I don't think I'm the best commentator, but I think I'm a fairly good commentator. So the whole communications thing, it would work. And then I've also always been very interested in economics. Now I know some people say economics. I've always said economics. So if you say economics and I say economics and you don't like it, you can build a bridge and get over it. Okay. Anyway, sometimes I just go off on these random little tangents. I've always been interested in economics as well, and I've been talking to you guys on Twitch chat a little bit, and they said that if those were the two things you wanted to do, you definitely should major in economics and minor in communications. Now, I didn't know why. I was just like, okay, I don't know. Evidently, a lot of you guys have been telling me that communications is, the number one unemployed, field of major, which is naturally not the most, supportive feeling to know, but, I guess, I don't really know. And the problem is, too, right now is that, I don't have a counselor to talk about. You know how you have, a school counselor that usually helps you with, college stuff? Well, my counselor is on maternity leave right now, so, that's cool. Just senior year, need to know stuff about college. You're gone. I mean, who gave you the right to have a baby? Are you serious? Kidding, of course, but, yeah, basically, those are the two things I was thinking about. Like I said in the last episode of Scape and Listen, I wasn't really sure, but now I'm kind of starting to get some ideas. And you guys in the Twitch chat were trying to tell me that I should major in economics and minor in communications, which sounds interesting to me, I guess. Like I said, I've always been interested in economics. I've always just kind of been interested on how the economy works and just stuff like that. So if I could do those two things, I feel like not only could I be good at it, because I feel like I am good at, communications, but I've always been very interested in economics. So I feel like those two things, if they could work together to find me just an awesome job, that would be fantastic. But I don't know. We'll see how it goes, I guess. I got a lot of life left to live, and I'm just gonna, kind of enjoy things as they come. I'm still in high school, so I'm trying to enjoy it while I can. And I guess as far as planning, for college and stuff, like I said, it's nice to know, but at the same time, if you don't know, all you really can do is just, go with it and just figure things out. So that's kind of what I'm gonna be doing. But that was just a quick little update, I guess. As far as my old Scape and Listen, where I said I was scared of growing up, I would still say that I am, but I feel like I have a bit more of a general idea of where I want to go, and that is more comforting. So that actually is kind of a bit of a segue talking about, being scared of growing up and being ready to move on. It's a bit of a segue into the more deeper thing I want to talk about today, and that is attitude. Now, attitude to me has been one of the most important things that I've found. I always like to say this, but in my short 17 years of life, I feel as if that I found that attitude is very, very important. You can take, honestly, you can do anything through attitude. If you have the wrong attitude, the best person in the world at something can mess it up. But as long as you have the correct attitude, someone that is bad at it or mediocre at whatever it is, they can do it, because attitude is incredibly powerful. So many things in our lives are based off of mental things that we don't even understand. We don't even realize it. For example, my football coach always tells us, football is a mental battle. If I line up across from a kid that's bigger than me and says, wow, he's bigger than me, I'm about to get fucked up. You know what's going to happen? I'm going to get fucked up. But if I'm like, you know what? whatever, I got this, no problem, we can do this. I guarantee you it's going to be a lot closer of a battle. Even if he still beats me, I'm not just going to let him blow me up, and it'll be a much closer battle. So attitude can honestly help in so many situations. Quote from Thomas Jefferson, "Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal. Nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude." And that was kind of my segue from talking about going to college and stuff with as far as attitude goes. I feel as if I have the wrong attitude going into college and stuff, if I go in with the attitude that, oh man, I'm so scared, this is going to be totally different, and it's going to be hard to make friends, and I don't know what I'm going to major in, and if I just have this terrible attitude about it, it's not going to go well. It isn't. But right now, I'm at the point where I feel as if, you know what, I don't really know what's going to happen, but all I can do is try my hardest and have that correct mental attitude that no matter what happens, I'm going to work hard at it, and you know what, I'm going to succeed. If you have the mentality, I am going to succeed, then you've already succeeded. Some people would call that cocky, but that's not true at all. Saying that I am going to succeed is not cocky at all. If you want to succeed at something, you have to tell yourself, you have to set your attitude, you need to make your attitude that exactly. I want this, I will get it, I will succeed, I will do it. Boom. That was like a 1-minute pep talk. Let's do it. That's pretty much, I mean, this isn't the most organized Scape and Listen I've had, but those are some things I want to talk about, and that's what these Scape and Listens are for, is when I just have things I want to talk about. And, I mean, I guess if any of you have been subscribed long enough, or, you know, been around long enough that you have watched that original, Scape and Listen where I didn't really know what I was doing, let me know how you guys are. I know in that one, I actually got a lot of comments where people were talking about how they were in the same boat as me, how they didn't know what they wanted to do in college and all that. And if you were a commenter on the video and you were in a similar situation to me, let me know how things worked out for you. I'm curious to know. That's why I like these videos. I get to communicate with you guys, and we can be, you know, open to each other about things like that. So I think that was about it, guys, as far as what I wanted to talk about. If you take one thing from the Scape and Listen video, attitude is everything. If you want to succeed at something, you tell yourself you will succeed, and no matter how many times it takes, you will succeed, as long as you have the right attitude about it. So, hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Scape and Listen. Hope you found it enjoyable to listen to / motivational. Like I said, I don't really try to be a motivational speaker in these, but you guys always seem to think that they end up being a bit motivational, so hope you guys all enjoyed this episode of Scape and Listen. If you did, feel free to leave a like and a comment down below on how you guys are doing and what you thought of the video. Really does let me know what you think of these, and gets me, you know, some stuff to work with in future ones. So, hope you guys enjoyed for the 3rd time. See you later.